Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special video for this channel. You know, being the daily Kingdom Hearts news guy, I often get asked about what I want for— oh, who am I kidding? I've never been asked about this. However, I always thought about what I would actually want for Kingdom Hearts 4. And well, after all, it is my most hyped up game. I'm excited about, and still to this day. Even with things like GTA 6 or even Final Fantasy Rebirth Part 3 existing. Hopefully existing. So I thought, why not make a video doing a draft for Kingdom Hearts 4 before anything else was announced? This was mainly inspired by a regular patch draft video in which I'll leave a link for in the description down below. However, while this is a draft for the game, I'm not predicting that much about it. No story elements, no new gameplay features, no plot points, just stuff that is relatively easy to predict. I mean, after all, I have no idea where the story is going to go from here. Who knows at this point, so I'm limiting my options to things are within reason to predict. This includes new and returning Disney worlds, summons, and other general features about the game. Before I continue, I need to establish some things, especially for the worlds, as it's important to do. First off, I believe that there will be a Kingdom Hearts 5. Kingdom Hearts 4 has been referred to as the beginning of the end before, which implies that there will be something after this, as then that would be the end of the end. However, Nomura does want to retire soon, so I don't personally believe there is going to be anything more than Kingdom Hearts 4 and Kingdom Hearts 5. This is important, as some worlds I personally believe are going to be a better fit for Kingdom Hearts 5 rather than Kingdom Hearts 4, which will be mentioned in the honorable mentions list after the worlds are being predicted. Secondly, I think there are going to be 8 mainline Disney worlds with 2 side Disney worlds. I know Nomura has stated before that there's going to be less worlds than usual. However, they could still focus on Disney worlds more rather than original worlds. And come on now, if there are less worlds than what Kingdom Hearts 3 had, people are not going to be happy regardless of the quality. So I think 8 mainline worlds is fair, as that is around the average amount we get in the mainline games. Finally, 2 of the mainline worlds are going to be returning, while 6 are entirely new. I won't really predict the story. I will mention if it is a new story, or if it will follow story beats from the original, and potential bosses and party members I think would be good. I will also mention summons and general things I want after the worlds and honorable mentions are done. And before we begin, I just want to say that this predictions list is half biased, half what I actually think is going to be in. It is my predictions list after all, but I do want to be accurate. So making this list, I want to mix both, but enough wasted time. Let's just jump right into it with a first side world. I mean, come on now. It wouldn't be Kingdom Hearts when I visit the 100 Acre Woods. Is it just a glorified minigame world? Yes. Is it really necessary overall? No. But they have been with us for so long, it would feel weird to not see Fu and friends here. Surely, it won't be that much of an issue to have a couple minigames and cutscenes as side content. Not sure how the book would be accessed, but I'm sure something will work out. Okay, the other side world. Same thing here. It's especially not a Kingdom Hearts game without Olympus, but let's be honest, an Olympus world and story is present in almost every game. I think it's important to visit, but it should be used for a different purpose. The cups. The cups were something missing from Kingdom Hearts 3, and bringing them back for Kingdom Hearts 4 would give life to Olympus without having to make it all over again. All you really need to know is that it will work similarly to how Olympus worked in Kingdom Hearts 1, where you would come back to access new cups as you progress the story. However, speaking of Kingdom Hearts 1, it's time to move on to the main worlds, and revisit a world that deserves a second chance. Okay, I know this may be controversial, but I'm not the biggest fan of Wonderland. It's cool aesthetically, and I like the movies. However, this is the only world besides Deep Jungle that we never get an actual another reincarnation of. And Deep Jungle literally can't happen due to legal reasons, so what's Wonderland's excuse? Seriously, I like this universe. I just think there's a lot of missed potential here. Some people may not like this idea, but I was thinking Kingdom Hearts 4 can take a lot of inspiration from the live action films. The scenery and backgrounds are stunning along with the character designs. And I think it would fit in perfectly with the semi-realistic look of what Kingdom Hearts 4 has going on. It would also give a reason to show off the Frankenweenie Keyblade without having to revisit Halloween Town again. For the story, it would mainly follow the plot of a first live-action movie, but that's okay as long as it would be more interesting overall. For boss fights, things like the Knave of Hearts can happen, and obviously the Red Queen. For party members, I at least think the Mad Hatter could be there, but maybe Alice or a March Hare could work too. They could also introduce the Caterpillar that, up until this point, was only seen on the VCast. Yes, the VCast. I think with modern hardware and graphics, it can truly make this world special. Sora and pals can even be stylized to look more like with the cast. Who knows? But this, for me, has a lot of potential to be good and just deserves a second chance. Speaking of another chance... Okay, I know Toy Box is well liked, and I like it a lot too. However, when it comes to visiting iconic locations from Toy Story, we really only go to Andy's house for a few minutes and leave, and that's about it. This would be a good revisit to see a location such as Pizza Planet, and even Battle Zurg. I would like to think it'd be a good revisit to show off characters from later movies such as 3 and 4. I don't think a Lotso fight would happen, but the fans would go crazy over Zurg. I still think Woody and Buzz would be the party members again. As for the story, it would follow up on the Your Zora plotline. Maybe Sora will visit here in order to find more clues about him. Not entirely sure, but I do think something would happen related to him that would go down here. Just not sure what. But yeah, Toy Box deserves another go around as well, and should take the spot for the first returning world from Kingdom Hearts 3. Okay, that's it for returning worlds. Now, here comes the newcomers, baby. Okay, before everyone says anything, yes, I'm counting this as a new world. I do not care that this world was first in Union Cross, because let's be real, who really played that? Raise your hand if you fully played through Union Cross. See? Nobody's got their hand raised. Okay, side note, I was actually looking for a crowd picture to edit this video, and I came across this one, and I felt something was strange about this image, and then I look on the Adobe stock website, and there it is! I knew it! The average person that even likes Kingdom Hearts has a very good chance that they did not finish playing that game due to its live service nature. I'm not even saying that they didn't watch it, just not played it. And let's be honest here. Even then, it would be a first for most people anyways. Besides Ralph appearing as a summon for Kingdom Hearts 3, so I think it's time he's finally here for Kingdom Hearts. It's literally a Disney movie based on video games. There's even a reference to it in Wreck-It Ralph, so I've done a justification on why. But what is it going to contain? Well, this is the more complicated part. After deliberation, I think this world is going to be a Arnold Palmer, which means it's going to be a half and half, aka half original news story and half the story from the original movie, with 0% of the second movie, obviously. Party members will start off with Ralph at first, but like halfway through the story, Sergeant Calhoun will make an appearance. I think Fix-It Felix would be weird for a party member, and Penelope can just follow the party, similar to what Boo does in Monsters Inc. Speaking of Penelope, this would be a good time to introduce racing into the series. Again, this time with more precise controls that wasn't designed with the PlayStation Portable in mind, or made for the light cycle. Actual kart racing. Also, don't know about bosses, but I want to be a Candy King. Okay, not sure if this is what the world would be called, but this is Moana's home after all. I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the universe, so it's time to introduce my special guest, Handheld Boar. Brandon has been featured on my channel in the past, and I featured on his channel in the past as well. He's a fellow Kingdom Hearts content creator and makes videos weekly.
Moana is a film that I got the pleasure of rewatching over the holidays this year, and I much prefer that to going to see the reheated sequel. This movie is perfect for a translation to a Kingdom Hearts world, not to mention the themes of the movie being pretty similar to the series. Moana and Sora have a lot of similarities, and getting off their small island is at the center of that. Moana and Maui make for natural party members, and we have some good options for bosses in Tamato and Te Fiti, the former of which I would prefer here. I would love to fight Maui before he gets around to joining our party, and it's very much within his personality as he is not very trusting of Moana or anyone for that matter. I'm not sure if we will have Disney boss fights against heroes of the franchise anymore, but we did get Marshmallow and a dark version of Baymax, so there's that. As for a storyline, I always lean towards going into an original direction, but you can also follow the film as it would lend itself seamlessly to KH. Structure-wise, you can meet up with Moana, take on Maui, then he joins your party, and head off for Tamatoa's lair to get back Maui's fishhook. This could also serve as a replacement for the Caribbean in KH3, as we could travel from island to island on Moana's raft. I really like the idea of Moana's world serving as our big open world, which I think there should be only one of. The rest should be more linear in my opinion.
But yeah, going off what he said, I mainly want this world as it would be similar to the Caribbean, where you can sail around and explore. I would like Moana to start in your party, and then have Maui come in shortly after. Also for bosses, Tamatoa would be cool, and maybe like Taka be a cool fight as well. Not sure about the story, but I would assume it would follow the story beats. This one is pretty obvious, but I'm still going to put it here anyways. Rumor has it that this world will take place during the prequel movies, which honestly sounds pretty good in my opinion. I don't have the slightest idea what planets they'll go to or nor how much of a plot will be covered, but I like to think a good amount will be featured. There is a lot to cover, so I wouldn't be surprised if this world had a second visit or something. For bosses, I want to see General Grievous along with Darth Maul, what would be incredible fights. I don't think we will fight Palpatine, but Sora will most likely encounter him, and see the fall of Anakin. For party members, I think it's likely we will get Anakin at some point in which he will leave the party. Maybe Yoda could be there too. I don't really need to justify why Star Wars needs to be here. It's basically anything but confirmed. But all I want to see is a lightsaber keyblade, and maybe then my life will be complete. Just maybe. This is a controversial world not because of the movie, but because of who I chose this over, which I will get to later. But I mainly chose this world as it's obviously about the mind and feelings. It can be a cool deep dive into how Sora feels generally, and maybe we can get a lot of character development here. For plot, I do think it would be primarily new with maybe nods to the original movie. As for bosses, yeah, I don't got much here. There isn't really a primary antagonist in the movie, rather a looming threat, so I think, if anything, Heartless bosses would be a good fit here. Can't believe I'm saying that out loud. For party members, I can see it going two ways. Either each of the main five, joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear, can take turns being in the party 2 at a time, or simply none can be there, as only making movesets for 2 would feel underwhelming. This world may not be the most hyped, but I think it would be much needed for the general plot of Kingdom Hearts 4. Didn't see too many requests for this world. Maybe it's not that popular. I mean, who am I kidding? Zootopia 1 and 2 are very popular, especially amongst people in China. Not even joking, they got like a whole theme park over there. And it would be really funny to see what is essentially an animal version of Sora, which will just likely be his Lion King rendition. I don't even think Donald and Goofy would change at all. They'd fit right in. For plot, I think it would be mostly new with nods to original movie again. For bosses though, I don't got a clue here. Maybe like Mr. Big for giggles. But other than that, maybe something new? There's a lot of potential in general to create something new for this world. Obviously, the party members are going to be Nick and Judy, no surprises there. Don't really have much to say. I just expect it to happen. If it doesn't happen, it's most likely going to happen for Kingdom Hearts 5. Finally, the last world. Another city, but this time it's important. It's another classic Pixar franchise that deserves some spotlight, and it's kind of overdue. There is a lot of general gameplay potential here. I mean, Sora and Donald and Goofy would most likely get new superhero outfits. And there would be so many bosses to fight like Syndrome and the Underminer. Even the party members, it can be like the whole family in Frozone. Just a whole lot of potential all around. It would mainly follow the plot of the first movie, and honestly, it really doesn't have to do much to stand out. It would just be another requested world that fans of the series want. Nothing really much else to say here, other than the fact that it kind of needs to happen now, because I have something else larger planned for the 5th game. Speaking of which, it's time to talk about honorable mentions. The Avengers 2012. Yeah, this would have taken the place of The Incredibles. However, I'm leaving it for Kingdom Hearts 5, as it would be a cool universe visit for the final game. Plus, Incredibles needs at least one shot before the series ends. And finally, the other honorable mention I have, Coco. I know, this is a highly requested world, but Coco talks a lot about death, and with many theories that Sora might die in Kingdom Hearts 5, I think it would make a much better world for the last game. And yes, Coco was beaten up by Inside Out, but only really because I think it's better suited for the final game. That's literally it. At least he'll be a summon. Oh right, summons. Let's mention the 4 summons that I think will be in the game, starting with, obviously, Miguel. He would obviously be the summon that gets teased for a future game. I'd like to think he would work a lot like how Stitch worked in Kingdom Hearts 2, with a more active presence that encouraged fighting rather than constantly restoring mana. Mulan and Mushu. This would be a great returning summon. I like Mulan and Mushu a lot, and while I don't think their world will be back either for Kingdom Hearts 4 or 5, it would still be cool to bring them back at least one more time for some awesome interactions. Pluto. I like the theory that Pluto will find some way to get to Sora, will be the first to help him out on his adventures. Not sure exactly what he could do, but maybe he could find treasure for Sora, which would give him various orbs that assist him in battle somehow. I like the idea, okay? I didn't really think it through. And finally, Eve. I think she would be a cool addition. She can fire her plasma cannons. Not sure if Wally would be a good fit due to overall lack of combat, and since we've already kind of have Pluto that fits the role. But Eve would be another cool summon, and I think she would be a great fit as the last one. Finally, an honorable mention, Bahamut. As he originally was supposed to be in Kingdom Hearts 1, I think he'd be a great secret summon for Kingdom Hearts 5. Finally, for overall features, since Sora is going to spend a lot of time in Quadratum, why not have him be able to customize his apartment with memorabilia that he finds throughout the worlds? And if Quadratum stays the same around 5, maybe it could be possible to have your customizable apartment transferred to the final game. Well, at least the final game for Sora's arc, which should be Kingdom Hearts 5. Not entirely sure how this would work, or if it's even possible, but I feel like there could be a way to make this happen, even if it was a feature before you started a save file, to just make your room, I don't know, just an idea I have. For Quadratum itself, if they do struggle to implement Final Fantasy or Square Enix characters, why not just have them be roles in the Quadratum? Not entirely sure how it would work or who it would be featured, but some characters that come to mind are Lightning, Jack Garland from Stranger in Paradise, and the group of characters from Neo 20, which feature Rindo, Fred, Nagi, and Minamoto. The main inspiration behind this is Dissidia Duelam, with all the Final Fantasy characters having modern stylized clothing, also designed by Nomura. And they all live in the city, so I think it would fit right in and give a representation that makes Kingdom Hearts so unique. Finally, I just want all the content to be there at launch, and which hopefully includes a post-game data battle room. If it doesn't, that's fine. I just don't really want to pay for DLC again, even if I liked it with Remind. Well, that's about it. These are my predictions. It seems like any day now, it'll hopefully be announced. Am I kidding? I know this video's been a long time coming, and I'm sorry for the wait. I don't really have an excuse besides just general burnout, but running the channel has made me realize how much I love this series, and even more so on how much I love this community. Not even a joke, the amount of support I've gotten in the past couple of months is really cool to see, even if I have been slacking. And if you found my channel for the first time and liked what you have seen, then feel free to subscribe. I make daily videos about Kingdom Hearts news. For now, I'm just going to announce videos the same day. That way, I won't have people waiting again for no reason. Also, thank you to Hell Boar for the collab. Go check out his channel, he makes weekly Kingdom Hearts videos and uploads much more consistently than I do. He recently hit 1,000 subs, so massive shout out to him. If you want more Kingdom Hearts content than I can provide, he's the guy to go to. Also, feel free to leave a comment to let me know what you want in Kingdom Hearts 4. Well, until next time, thank you all for watching, come back tomorrow.